we've got our first look at the new Goosebumps book series. Sort of. So as I talked about in a previous video, Slappy World is coming to an end this year, and I believe in the fall of 2023 there's going to be a new Goosebumps book series called House of Shivers. Other than the title and the name of the first book, we didn't really know much about House of Shivers, but we got a preview of what the first book cover might look like. The first book in the House of Shivers series is going to be called Scariest Book Ever, and here's what the cover might look like. Based on this cover, I'm thinking that the monsters in this book are going to be some kind of bat creature, or at the very least, I'm guessing they'll appear somewhere in the story. Two other things that are really interesting to note are, one is that there's some building in the background. I assume that's going to be part of the story and the plot of Scariest Book Ever, but I do wonder, is that maybe the House of Shivers in the background? Also, we see two silhouettes running from this building. My guess is that these are the main characters of Scariest Book Ever. Something else I just noticed as I'm looking more closely at this, but if you look at the building, it kind of looks like maybe that's a chimney or something at the very top of it, and it looks like the bats are flying out of that. So I wonder if in the story it's going to be about these two kids, maybe they go to the scary house, maybe it's the House of Shivers, and then they somehow release these like bat monsters. I don't know, that's just what came to the top of my head I wanted to share with you guys. But the other thing that's really interesting with this is the logo for House of Shivers. It's nothing really special. I mean, it looks alright, but I don't know, I wish they could do something maybe a little more creative. However, the big thing I gotta mention is that this cover is not final. But what does that actually mean? Does it mean that this cover is gonna be completely different by the time the book is actually released? Or is it gonna look pretty much similar to this? It's just gonna have color, you know, be more fleshed out. I'm not really sure how they do Goosebumps book covers now, but I know in the 90s, Tim Jacobus said that he would usually do like 3 or 4 sketches of a Goosebumps cover, and then from those sketches, the higher ups at Scholastic, the people who would make the decisions, would pick one, and then he would turn that into a cover. So maybe that's what's happening here. This kind of looks more like a sketch, so maybe this is just one possible version of the book cover and it could be completely different. But I could also just see this being the sketch and then they're still working on the actual artwork, so it's going to be very similar to this, just, you know, again, more fleshed out color. It's going to look more like, you know, Slappy World and all the other books, you know. But the first book in the House of Shivers series is available for pre-order right now on Amazon, and it'll be released September 19th of 2023. I'm always excited for new Goosebumps things, but there's nothing really with this new series that's really like gripping me, so we'll see what happens in the next few months, and I'll be sure to keep you guys posted. In the meantime, you can get caught up on all the latest Goosebumps news with the new TV show coming out on Disney+, new books, and everything else. You can get all caught up by watching this playlist right over here.